What's going on, y'all? It's your boy AC back with another video. And I wanna first of all, big shout outs to EJ Boxing Live and the pound for putting me on the pound for pound boxing report last night. That was a very, very, very great discussion with a very, very diverse panel of boxing aficionados. Not that I claim to be one, but it's glad to be, to get different perspectives on how other people think in the sport, who for the most part has more experience dealing in the sport. But so much props and much respects to the pound for pound boxing report. And if you haven't, go subscribe. Pound for pound boxing report. Go subscribe, man. I want to talk. I want to talk real quick. It's been something on my mind for a hot second. And it's a question, and I want to pose a question to the YTBC. Okay, honest question. If you're a video uploader, then I encourage you to make a response video. If you a commenter, do your thing. But I have to ask this question. In the modern day, in the modern era of boxing, can a fighter become undisputed? It's a real question. In this era of boxing, can a fighter become undisputed? In my very, very humble opinion, I don't think so. I really don't think so. Let's walk with me for a second. I remember a lot of us were big fans of Mike Tyson, right? He became the number one, the youngest undisputed heavyweight champion in the history of the game, right? In 1986, right? Okay. It was 3 sanctioning bodies: the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF. All right. Now, Tyson in his prime fought 3 times a year. He fought 3 times a year. And all of them were mandatories. One in the WBC, one in the WBA, one in the IBF. So Tyson in his prime was fighting 3 times a year. Okay. During his reign as champion. Now, you fast forward it to today. First of all, we don't have 3 sanctioning bodies. We have 4 sanctioning bodies. And every one of them is greedy as hell. Every one of them is greedy as I don't know what, man. First of all, me personally, I don't believe that the WBO should be a major world title. I really don't understand how that sanctioning body got to be a major sanctioning body. I really don't understand how that happened. I know its inception, but I still don't know, but I still don't understand how that title became a marquee championship. I consider the WBO like the little red-headed stepchild, the run of the litter, right? It's to me, it's just a notch above the IBO sanctioning body. But because you have 4, count them 4, different sanctioning bodies, right? And if it's a fighter that sanctioning body doesn't like, then all of a sudden they want to go by the book, right? So let's look at it like this. A person grabs all 4 titles: WBC, the WBA, the IBF, and the WBO title, right? with today's schedule of fighters, it's not a lot of fighters that like to fight more than twice a year, right? And let's just say if it's a fighter that the sanctioning bodies, they want to go by the book with, right? Most sanctioning, I think most of the sanctioning bodies say that you have to fight a mandatory within 9 months, like once every 9 months or something like that. And if if you're, let's say if you're just a WBC champion, then they would allow you to do a voluntary and a mandatory. Okay, that's how they're doing that. Why? Because they want more money, of course. But think about it like this. If a fighter was to acquire all 4 championships, and understand, we're not even talking about the heavyweight division. I'm talking about everything under the heavyweight division. If you want to include the heavyweight division, then, because as far as the heavyweight division goes, once you acquire championships, then there's nothing else for you to do but fight mandatories. You understand what I'm saying? The more titles you got, the more mandatories you have to fight. So others would have you do voluntaries, or you have the opportunity to go up and wait if you want to duck a certain fighter. It has been done, like the Rigondeaux situation. And then every single one of these sanctioning bodies, they want their money. So let's just say if this fighter, let's say if Keith Thurman was to become undisputed at 147. All right? Let's say Thurman, all right? And what if every sanctioning body says, nah, bro, you got to defend the championship. You got to defend that title within 9 months. Each sanctioning body, you got to defend within 9 months. What you think is going to happen? I mean, and I'm thinking, and I'm speaking in very generic terms. We can go deeper, but we're just talking about generic terms here, right? How long would Thurman hold on to that title? You would say not very long. Or any other fighter. The only way a fighter will become undisputed is if a sanctioning body is willing not to get paid the way they want to get paid in order for that fighter to defend his other titles against, like that. I mean, because let's look at the ball, like Carlos Manuel Baldomir when he beat Zab Judah, right? Baldomir couldn't afford to defend. He couldn't afford to keep all 3 titles. Now, if you remember, Zab Judah was the last undisputed welterweight champion. He had all 3 titles, right? Baldomir, he really couldn't afford to pay the sanctioning fees to all 3 sanctioning bodies. So as a result, that undisputed crown was broken up. The average fighter, honestly, is not making that much money to be able to afford to pay all 4, not 3. That was back when the WBO championship, as far in the welterweight division, didn't become official to 2007. All right? So now, how could a fighter right now in this era afford to pay the sanctioning fees for all 4 sanctioning bodies twice a year? See what I'm saying? So now we have 2 things that we have to worry about. 1, paying the sanctioning fees for all 4 titles twice a year. And 2, if that particular sanctioning body wants you to represent that, wants you to wear their belt, or if they don't, then they'll be privy to enforce the rules on you and make you defend, if not vacate. The WBO did the same thing to Floyd Mayweather after he beat Manny Pacquiao, right? He got Manny's belt. What happened? They immediately tried to get him to fight Timothy Bradley. He had what, less than a month to comply, or they strip him. But Saddam Ali has been waiting. But Saddam Ali, who was a Golden Boy fighter, right? Check this out now. But Saddam Ali, who was under De La Hoya, has been the number one contender for the WBO championship for almost a year and a half. A year and a half. And he had to repeatedly watch Bob Arum make in-house fights for a title that he should be fighting for. That man rejected step-aside money and said he wanted his shot. Bob Arum basically screwed him over again. Jesse Vargas got a shot. Now Manny Pacquiao's getting a shot at the title again. Right? Brandon Rios got a shot. Like, I mean, come on, man. Really? We all know that Top Rank and Bob Arum owns the WBO. So if you're not even on if you're not on Top Rank, 9 times out of 10, the WBO is going to put you through a whole bunch of BS, and you're not going to be the champion anyway. So for those two reasons, I believe that there will not be, in this particular era, it would take something crazy for a fighter to be able to afford to pay the sanctioning fees for all four titles, and B, for these sanctioning bodies to come to a compromise. Right? To come to a compromise. As far as, that champion fighting mandatories. You get where I'm coming from? Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. It's just my opinion. I mean, I was just thinking about it last night, and I honestly don't believe that is going to happen. Look at the politics involving Sergey Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson. Right? Look at what happened with Ty after Fury beat Klitschko. How that crown just broke up like that. Look at what happened after Mayweather fought Pacquiao. Right? Can you unify? Yeah, you can unify. But god darn, man. God darn. So, I don't think so. I seriously believe that, I seriously believe the only person that can probably do that is probably Golovkin. But at the same time, don't nobody want to fight that man. Don't nobody want to fight that man. Not at 160 anyway. So, it is what it is, man. And that's another part of the game. Fighters actually have to want to fight and unify. And to keep it all fair, a lot of these fighters is pansies, man. These boys are pansy all day, every day. Now, it's wow. That's all I can say. These fighters ain't got no heart no more. Though it don't seem like it, but it's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think about it. Again, if you upload videos, I would love to hear your response, man. If you comment, I mean, do what you can, man. Write it the best way you can. If it's a paragraph, if you want to write an essay about it, do your thing, man. But I do want to hear from the rest of the YTBC. I think it's a great topic of discussion. So just let me know what y'all feel, man. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Till the next time, God willing, it is your boy AC. I get it, y'all. Peace.